Yo, what about now? Is it fine now? Okay, awesome. Thank you. Good, Sash. Thank you. I see a lot of familiar faces here, so it's good. It's good. It's late night for me. I'm not sure about the US. I think it's morning in the US. I mean, we have a New York Open as well. So, but it is low. I don't know what is the reason. So, is it fine now? Because usually the Sash say that if I share my screen, it usually gets fixed. I hope it is fine now because I don't know what else I can do. Let me just increase my mic, fix my mic as well. Okay, it should be good now. There should not be any problem. Okay, awesome, awesome. As if you follow me on my channel, you will see that I mentioned that I'm going to do a Bitcoin update as I usually do. I don't trade the altcoins. You will hardly see me trading the altcoins because altcoins are just not my type, because I don't think, first of all, they are worth trading right now. They just don't go according to my system, and I think BTC is perfectly fine with me because this is beautiful. It's moving fast and I can make a lot of money in Bitcoin. Then I don't need to trade the altcoins, right? Maybe Solana and Ethereum sometimes. I will get to the Solana and Ethereum as well. I have a couple of updates, but mostly I'm going to cover the Bitcoin because we definitely have some good new updates on the Bitcoin. So definitely excited on the Bitcoin. So let's start on the Bitcoin. I was looking to long from the 91k. If you remember, right, we were looking to long from the 91k. I think the Sash also mentioned in the chat that he was holding my Bitcoin long, but I closed it, and the reason was that I still expect that we will go lower. Let me just update my volume profile. Yeah, here. So I still think that we can go lower, and I'm not expecting higher prices unless we reclaim. For me, there are two triggers for higher prices. The first is either we reclaim this. Do you see this value area high? We reclaim this, and then we reclaim this. This would be my trigger for longs. But right now, I don't see potential longs on the Bitcoin. Let me just fix this on a change it to the 4. Yeah, right now I don't see any longs on the Bitcoin except the one we are looking at 9087k. My theses are that since we have swept this, now we will go up, trap the buyers, and reject from there. Potentially we can even go up to the daily level. Do you see this 4-hour imbalance? And we can reject from there and we can go lower. If I draw Fibonacci, you can see this also aligns with the golden pocket. So that would be my short area, which would be 92k, where is daily level 0.62 and there is 4-hour imbalance. So definitely looking at that level. But if you ask me about longing at the current market price, I do not think it is worth longing at the current market price, and I'm gonna get to it. Let me just uh, share this plan with you real quick in the chat. So if anyone wants to trade that, they can trade that, and that would be my first short entry right now on the Bitcoin, and I really like this. So this is the first thing, and the second thing which I'm looking at the longs, which is around the NPUC. Let me just confirm if there are new NPUCs on a Bitcoin. Give it a second. It takes time to load this, but it happens. Yeah, here. So no new NPOCs except this one. And other than that, we have one on the 97k, which we are already looking to short from. I missed this one. I'll just mark this out. Let me just real quick write this. NPOCs are usually X like magnets. So price comes and sweep the NPOCs and usually go down. One example is this week. Do you remember when we on 29 December the price went to the 90k? It only went to just swap the NPOC, and now price have swept this NPOC and we are seeing a potential bounce. So but there are just not enough confluences for me, because for me 91k 90k was the level. Let me just shift it to the candles. Do you see this was a huge resistance? 91k was a level where I was expecting a bounce, but the problem is there is huge spot selling happening. Now, the thesis is still valid. I will get to the thesis. So, first of all, this is a different volume profile. Let me just mark the volume profile which I was originally referring to. And it was this. And you can already see, if you see it from this perspective, this was a range high and this was a range low. Price break above the range high, sweeps the bigger range highs and does SFP, and now the price is coming back down. So technically it should bounce from here, right? And that's what you're seeing, that we are bouncing right now, and that is what exactly my thesis is. But if I go and look at the pictures behind, you see there's just a lot of spot selling happening, and I just don't feel comfortable longing from this price, even though this is a really good area to long from. Why? We got a value area high retest, and we are already seeing some sort of reaction. We have our golden pocket and 0.705 retested. We had a NPOC. If you noticed, when I opened the session volume profile, we had a NPOC which we just swept. We had this FVG which we are looking at. And if you think this is not enough, if I draw Fibonacci from low to the high, we had a golden pocket. So this is a really good level. Even if you want to long, if someone is longing from here, I won't say that their theses are wrong. I think they are pretty valid, but personally, I am like 3.80 R up. This only in 8 days. My R target is like 8 to 10 a month. If you don't understand, and if you ask me the reason for that, it is pretty simple. 8%, my 8%, sorry, my 8R 1 hour represents 1%. 1%. So let's say if I'm making 8R, it's like 8% on my portfolio. So, oh, sorry, 8% on my portfolio. And if I'm trading with 100K Profom account, 100K Profom account, that converts into 8K per month, which is a good amount, which is a definitely good amount. So that's what I'm looking at. That's why I do not target more than 8 to 10, or maybe sometimes 5 are more than enough for me. I'm also looking to grab more accounts pretty soon from the breakout and from other prof firm, and I will scale it higher. But right now, this is my plan, and that's what I act upon. I hope this makes sense. Any questions are appreciated, by the way. I do these streams for the learning, pure learning process. I'm not here to give you the signals. I am here to share my ideas so you can learn from me, get my idea on the Bitcoin, and then you can move from there. Because trust me, you will never be profitable. As far as I know, I have been in this space from a very long time. You will never be profitable if you just follow the signals. You will need to learn by yourself, and you will need to have some sort of basic knowledge to execute and manage your trade. If you cannot do this, it will be really hard for you to be profitable. So that's what I come in here try to do, is that I try to teach you some sort of basics, so you can execute and manage your trades, and also risk management along the way. So enough yapping. So this is definitely a good long area, but personally, the reason I'm not longing, even though you will say you can always, there is some spot buying coming in, the spots are leading, but the thing is that the thing you're missing is that Coinbase spots are not leading. It is a Binance spot, and I do not trust the Binance spot. And you can still see that perps are still doing really good. It's not like they're doing bad. Again, see, the only buying that we are seeing, the price is driving up, is by the Binance, and I do not like this. I would like to see Coinbase buying coming in, or maybe BitMEX. Right now we are only seeing major buys from the Binance, mostly the you can see the Coinbase spot is actually down. This is Coinbase spot, right? I'm not sure. I believe this is a Coinbase spot. It is not my agar, by the way, so that is the reason. But if it's, you can see how much Coinbase spot is down. So I personally do not like. We can check the price right now. Um, should not be much difference, but the Coinbase is like $100, something $70 different in the Coinbase and the Bybit spot. This is not something you want to see. You want to see the Coinbase leading, and that's what I don't have, and I just don't feel comfortable longing it. I think the soul is in the long, and I think he's a scalper. So if you want to scalps, I would highly suggest just follow the soul. He's really good at what he does. So that's why I'm not looking too long, because there is just not enough Coinbase buying coming in. For me, I have told you my short level. I'm looking at somewhere around here for a short level. This also act as a resistance retest as well. So that is the short level. I have told you the reason why I'm not looking to long from here. I had originally planned to long it from here. I just don't feel comfortable longing. Of course, we can go higher. We can even fill up this and then go higher, but for me, just like I don't want to do it right now. That's basically the reason. Is maybe once I start to see some major flips and major structure break, the Coinbase buying coming in, then maybe I will look for long. But right now, I'm bearish right now. So that is reason. And the second long area is this NPOC which I'm looking at. And if you can already cannot tell, we have a POC of this range. The minor range here exactly at the NPOC. If I draw bigger range volume profile, you can see we also have an NPOC. It is a further down to this box. This NPOC makes more sense because we can come down and we can sweep these and then we can run higher. That could happen, right? But ideally, I would like to see a bounce from here, maybe a tap into an POC of this range, maybe more over a wick. But I don't like if I see closing around here, then my thesis will be invalidated. I don't want to see. I want to see wick like this, just like how we did a sweep. We can do something like this, a sweep and then a bounce, and we should see Coinbase spots stepping in and overall generally footprints telling you that buys are coming in. That would be my reason to long from this NPOC basically. I hope this makes sense. Any question is appreciated. We have a daily order block around here as well, so this just adds to our give me a second. Sorry. So this just adds to our confidence. This daily order block, the POC and the small range NPOC and the small range POC. So and I believe there was a golden pocket as well. If I draw from this low, sorry. If I draw from this low to this high, you can see we have a golden pocket and 0.705 level around this as well. So this is just beautiful. I would love to see a bounce from 87k, 87.5k. This is not the indicator I want to use. Let me just open these indicators real quick to see if there are levels. Give me a second. It takes a bit of to load. Let me see if there are any questions. Not that any I see of. Oh shit. So you can see we have previous week POC, previous month POC, which is a good sign. Means that from past week and past month we have been doing this, and we also have NPOC. So this like act as a really good support because we had the most volume last week and the previous month here, and we have an NPOC which is untapped. So it makes sense that we go into this the most volume area. This act as a support, and then we go higher. And when you see a price action like this, let me just remove this. You see a price action like this, and I'm not a really fan of price action like this either. We should see a candles like these, but when you are going up with creating price action like this, ideally we sweep this and then go higher. If you are seeing a bullish move, then you should see candles like these. Do you see candles like these? This imbalance, we should be creating imbalance when there is an actual move. But if we are going up with such small imbalances, that is usually not a great move. And you can already see we we tap the resistance, we did the SFP, we tapped into this 4 hour FEG, and now we are going down. So yeah, this was a really beautiful shot, and we did caught this shot. If you remember, we caught this shot, and I was shorting again. Basically, if I go on a 15-minute time frame, I was literally looking to short from here and sorry here, and the trade is now like 10 hour up, but I just didn't give it because I was like, I made good money. I don't need to trade more, and then boom, we dumped out. So it was unfortunate, but it's fine. We made money. We are still upgrade 3.80% on our portfolio. Even if I like go with 1 hour per trade, I'm pretty sure I will hit my target. I just don't like to see drawdown. No, would not like to see a drawdown. That's why I'm just being cautious. Oh yeah. By the way, 3.80 are including the trims, so you need to keep in mind. So that is basically the update on the Bitcoin. This is the level I would expect a bounce from. But keep in mind, if we go into this range again, I'm talking about this range. This opens the door to even go to the 85k. Yeah, that's the biggest problem. That's why I don't like. That's why this was a major confluence for me to long from. Is if we break this down, then 85k becomes very much possible. Not just 85k, we can even come and sweep all this. This is very much possible if we go into the range. If we go into this range again, that's why a bounce from here is good. I would like to see a reclaim of this, maybe this, and I can then again look for longs if we go past daily level really strongly. But let's see what happens. Okay, right now we can only observe and speculate, but this is my trade plan. We also have FEG somewhere around 93k, so that is something we also should be cautious of because this could be a good short opportunity as well. Inverse FP Reaper FEG more like. Okay, that's interesting. You see, I just noticed this Reaper FEG. We rarely see the Reaper FEG, but you can argue that this already have been retested. So not sure how this will hold up, but only a time can tell us. So that would be my long scenario for the Bitcoin. I hope this makes sense. Now, if you have any altcoins requests, now we can go over that, or I can talk about the Ethereum and Solana. But if I be honest, for the Ethereum, in most cases, I was in Ethereum short, by the way, on my dump account, where I just practice the T and shit, where I like, I don't want to miss the trade. So I was in this trade, and you can already see we're bouncing from my area. I should had alert placed here. I don't know why I did not have alerts placed here. That's bad. As you can already see how beautifully we respected our level. Um, we tapped into we tapped into this daily FEG. Let me just remove this. If I draw Fibonacci from this low to this high, we tapped into the golden pocket. The golden pocket was aligning with the NBOC really well, which is a good sign. We did not sweep the NPOC. That's interesting. Did not sweep the NPOC. Okay. So I would still be looking at this area for long. Something around something like this. Ethereum is for sure more stronger than the Bitcoin. This is a good 2.78 hour setup. Or potentially, we can even target this external liquidity. So yeah, this is a good setup in my eyes, and I think this will play out. And I will have my alerts somewhere around here as well. Let me just add the alert real quick, dropping this in the chat. So yeah, golden pocket and the NPOC. I think we will sweep this, and plus keep in mind this is a range high. This is the same range we had on the Bitcoin. This is the Ethereum chart. We have a same range here, and this is the range retest level. And considering how much stronger the Ethereum is, see how beautifully on the Bitcoin we are doing the same thing as we are doing on the Ethereum. On the Bitcoin, we are retesting this, and we are seeing a bounce. On the Ethereum, it is a really similar thing. We are doing a retest of this range high as a support, and now we are bouncing. I would love to see these levels get hold up, but the chances of all that is really low. I still believe we can go lower. Let me just extend the volume profile to here to just get a certain idea. You can already see this is just not good. On Ethereum, I would like to see a reclaim of this basically for longs, for major longs, for swing longs I'm talking about. But for scalps, if we close above, if we close above this high, we can look for scalps, and stop loss can go below this, or stop loss can go below this. That's more over a lower time frame, and I do not trade lower time frame because I just don't like to trade the lower time frame. It would be for the Ethereum. Which is move my volume profile to here. That would be my limit for the Ethereum, and I believe we will come down to sweep this low we just made, sweep the NPOC, tap the golden pocket, and then just basically go lower. Um, yeah, that would be my. This is for the Ethereum, and for the short, this is the level I'm looking at for the Ethereum short. Golden pocket and the FEG we have. Keep all the highs. We have a small lower time frame highs here. Sweep this lower and then do something like this. That would be my plan on the Ethereum. But let's see what happens. This is like more of a less probability setup. Um, and I think this is still worth a play. So I will be keeping an eye on Bitcoin and Ethereum for my levels to get hit, so we can trade our plan. So yeah, that's it for the Ethereum and the Solana. As I said, we only trade the Ethereum and the Bitcoin, Ethereum and the Bitcoin and the Solana. Solana, I don't think it's worth looking right now. For the Bitcoin, we all just have been waiting for this range breakout. Once we have this range breakout, we can like get more analysis, we can get proper shots. But right now, we have to trade the range, which I don't mind because I'm usually really great at trading the ranges. I mean, the December have been a really great month in terms of my portfolio wise, in terms of the trade wise. In January, we have been lacking a bit because this is just like a really really bad trend thing we are having. The things are still uncertain because more price action needs to develop. Either we are going to bounce from here, which confirms that we have broken out of this range, or either we will do something like this, which confirms that now we are again in this range, which could lead open doors to even sweep of this. Do you get me? So that's why we need more price action to get developed and see what's gonna happen next. So yeah, I hope this makes sense. Any other questions about the strategy, about the update, any other input that you want to put where you think that If you think otherwise, I would love to hear your thoughts. You can even join me on the stage if you want. Yeah, let me know. We can also talk about the altcoins request if you have. Mm, mm, Hype. Yes, we can look at the hype. I have been watching hype, and um, I think I also have a hype spot opened as well. Just don't look at my spot packs that often. I also see Sash typing. Mm, Hype on a daily looks good because we have this structure building up, which is good. And plus, let me just go on a weekly time frame for a broader view. So I've tapped this FAG, which is good. Which is good. Most likely the bottom is in. We have 90% of the wick have been swept as well. This is the resistance, big resistance we are with. This is the big weekly resistance we have. Good short level, and this confirms the weekly level as we have two consecutive weekly closes, body candle closes. This confirms the weekly level for me, and I will just mark this out as a weekly level. If I go on a daily, if we can say it's a daily, we can argue it's a daily, but I'm not going to count it because I just don't think so that is this important. What I like is the structure. Do you see this? This is like really clean. Really like this. So I'm going to mark this out. Structure break. We just use the magnet. I have the OCD, my man. Um, we just use the magnet. So we have this structure break. We are into this daily FVG, which we are bouncing off right now. Just a daily FVG. If I draw Fibonacci from low to the high, you can see we have a golden pocket around this level. So this X is a really good level. I really like this. So it can continue higher. I believe you can see we have an anchored V web around the golden pocket as well. If I draw volume profile, I really like this. I'm a good fan of this. I really like what we are doing on the hype that we are trending the structure bullish. We are doing a beautiful retest. We have swept these lows. So like this is like a really high probability FEG because we have swept the internal um, resting liquidity and then we tapped into the internal liquidity. So this is like a really good setup for me. I would be keeping an eye on the hype for a potential long. Ideally, what I would like to see is that I would love to see a reclaim of these highs, and once we have with like huge volumes, I would love to see a reclaim of these highs. Yeah, uh, highs, and then we go up from there. Let me just close this. Previous day low. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would like to see previous week high moreover reclaim, which would be like more bullish stuff for me. We just close this. I'm just Let me give me a second. I'm just trying to open my indicator, work out the levels. Yeah, basically this acts like a, for me this would be a level which I want to see a reclaim of. There are a lot of resistance. Once we have this level reclaimed, I would be happy to take longs and then run higher. If I go on a 1 hour time frame, yeah, nothing really. I don't see heavy major resistance on 1 hour time frame as well. I think this is good. We have swept 1 hour liquidity as well. This all these resting liquidity, which is good, I like hype. I hope this makes sense. mm, don't see 86k, 88k. If we go lower, I just said 87k is my long area. That is basically what I was explaining. That if we lose the 90k, which is like a major level, which I just explained why it is a major level, I expect 87k because there is a golden pocket, there is an NPOC, naked point of control, and there is daily order block. um sorry, not a, yeah, daily order block. That is why I would love for price to come this down and sweep this and then run higher. That is basically my thesis. If the 90K gets broken, if not, then we can basically go higher. Sorry, I was on the hype. Sorry, I got distracted. um yeah, I think I like what I'm seeing on the hype. What I would like to see is that I would like to see a reclaim of this 0.382, this order block. Not really a high probability order block, and then we should go from up from here. So I hope this makes sense. Not a signal. I don't give signals on the streams, but I hope this thesis helps you. And I really like what I'm seeing on hype, and I do believe it can go higher. Yeah. Sorry, thought it. Sorry, thought it would 88K. 88K. The thing is, my main confluence is the order block and this imbalance we have on 4 hour. Do you see this lower time frame imbalance? So I'm like expecting is sweep of this NPC, and like just would like to see a sweep of this as well. It is just my personal perspective is that I would like to come down. The price does something like this, tap into the NPC, sweeps this, sweeps the high, sweep the low, just like we did here. Do you see? Just like we did here, sweep this low, then go higher. That is what I would like to see on the Bitcoin. And 87K, 88K, that is the range. And I do see Bitcoin coming to this range if we lose the 90K. There are a lot of ifs. Yes, that's how the market update works. If we break the 90K, I'm expecting lower. If we reclaim this daily level, I'm looking for higher. And for you, the bigger long signal is just reclaim of this high, and for me, then I would expect 97K, even 107K if we reclaim 97K. Um, yeah. Now I am like more bullish towards it. It is just my personal preference. It is not based on technicals. It is just I feel we have consolidated for long enough that they're not just gonna do that. I think they will send it higher to 102K or even potentially 107K high. I'm talking about this 107K high because this is a long consolidation. This makes sense, not this, right? Yeah, it's good. It's good. The questions are always appreciated. If you have any questions for me, I'm happy to answer, and if I have questions for you, I would be happy to answer. As I said, you are free to join me on the stage. We can discuss ideas. That's what we are here for. Let me know if anything else is needed. Otherwise, we are good to end the stream because that is usually how my streams work. Market updates, altcoins requests, and we are good. I'm gonna wait 2 minutes if there are questions. Otherwise, we are good. Yes, thank you also, guys. I mean, thank you for joining the stream, and I mean, you guys are showing will to like learn, and that's more than enough. Trust me, most people don't even come to this point where they want to learn. That's the most important point. And as I've said again and again, you are not gonna be profitable if you don't trade it by yourself. You will never be profitable just following the signals. In the end, you will need to learn. That is why we have these live streams daily. That is why we will have educational section soon. Wave posting the educational. I'm posting updates. Why? Because so you guys can learn. That's what it is. You will never be profitable by following signals. It is just truth. Yeah, for joining in. I'm looking for next stream on the Tuesday. I do this on Tuesday. I can do this daily, honestly, but right now the markets are just not in the state for me to give the daily Bitcoin update because these are small updates, like 15 to 20 minutes update. These does not take most of my time, and but doing these analysis takes a lot of my time. Like I usually sit 2 hours or 1 hour a day, and I analyze the market, see what's gonna happen, and then I usually make my and I then share with you. I don't analyze live in front of you because there are just a lot of factors that I need to see, and even not doing it live, I still see a lot of things which I usually miss because there's just a lot in the market. Marquis, yes, appreciate you, brother. I see you are new. If need any help, tag our moderator. We got like 3 to 4 moderators. We have a lot of shit in this server. So yeah, cheers, guys. Let's see you on the Tuesday. Actually, I sent the Thursday. Let me just send the Tuesday one. I hope I have event here. Yeah, here. You can hit that interest button if you like my streams. If not, that's understandable as well. Cheers. Bye.